Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. Today is a crazy day. I am going to auction off a ton of my drivers from My Swing Evolution that I've had from the very beginning. So every driver that I'm offering today is less than $100. They're all 99 bucks or less, with the exception of the Thunder Dragon, which is also known as the $1,000 driver. And I need to create some space, and I'm also beginning the biggest project of my life, which is MSE TV. So I hope that you'll support My Swing Evolution as I work my buns off to bring my message to a greater amount of people, because I really do believe I've figured out a way to break down the golf swing to help people rebuild their golf games. And I've worked with hundreds of students at this point, so I feel very confident that it works. So, and without further ado, I'd like to introduce you and remind you of these videos and great experiences I've had with these drivers. And if you'd like to support My Swing Evolution, pick one up. I'll have the listings for them in the description box below on eBay. So I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. So here's a bunch of my great drivers that I have grown to love through the years. In fact, a bird even flew over and picked out the Cleveland Launcher, the fastest club I've ever swung. This first driver is a Titleist I bought because I wanted a smaller headed driver. I got better when I got blades, and these big heads were freaking me out. So one of the first things I did was buy a driver with a small head so I would be more focused on the ball. You know, when I started My Swing Evolution, the reason I wanted to rebuild my golf swing is because I couldn't hit a driver. And, you know, it's pretty remarkable as I go back through these years of My Swing Evolution and all these drivers, they were all essential steps along the way to get a repeatable golf swing. And, you know, it's amazing how much emotional attachment I have to all of these clubs. All right, guys, here's the shot where I'm going to need this 2-wood. This is a fairly short par 4, but it's narrow, and there's a bunker about 280 yards or so down the fairway. So hopefully this will put me right in front of it.
Good looking shot. Good shot, Chris. Good looking shot.
So this is a brand new Morse 2-wood. This is, yeah, this is a Wish-On club. 2-wood with a stiff flex low kick point shaft, 65 grams. This is brand new. I played one round with it. I got this when I was trying to hit more fairways. I was getting really loose with my swing, but it was more my swing than the club. But this is essentially brand new. I've maybe hit, you know, like a dozen balls with it. Today I'm going to be trying out my new nunchuck golf shaft. I'm pretty excited about this. I sent away for it last week. I got it reshafted and I picked it up yesterday. They say I'm going to hit it straighter. I'm not going to swing crazy, but I don't want to try and steer it either. I'm going to give it a nice firm swing, and hopefully it'll improve my game. I happen to know a little bit about nunchucks, so we'll see if the name holds up.
With a lot on my mind.
This is my Titleist 983K with the nunchuck shaft. This is, yeah, this is an expensive shaft. So, although the head is, you know, pretty old, I use this club a lot to help me learn not to swing too fast. The shaft is about 120 grams, so it's hard to swing too fast with a club like this. But this has been just one of my old standbys, but today I have a nunchuck shaft in an M2 that was given to me by my friend Jamie, so I guess it's time to retire this beautiful old Titleist. Now this is my most modern Titleist. This is a 910 D2, and this driver is fantastic. It's the only thing about it, it's a stiff flex, but it's got a 10.5 degrees of loft, and I tend to hit it a little bit too high, but it's a dynamite club. So you may notice I have more of these Titleist drivers than any other kind of driver, and the reason why is because I actually prefer the feel and sound of a Titleist driver. So if there was any one of these drivers I would put back in my bag, it'd be this 910 D2. Okay, so now we're moving into the monster category. This is my King Cobra 8.5 degree loft. This one has a Fujikura Cobra Speeder Shaft Pro Stiff Flex. This is the driver that I used in the Power Fade video. I was just swinging as hard as I could, but this was the beast from that video. Now this is a driver that's pretty special to my heart. It's a Cleveland XL270, 10.5 degrees of loft, Miyazaki Special Edition 39 gram shaft. It's a regular shaft, but this is the fastest I've ever swung a golf club. I believe this is 46 inches long, and I swung this 131 miles an hour the first time I did my driving evolution. Just hit 131. I was laying in bed last night thinking 131. 131 is my goal. I just hit it. That's 22 miles an hour of improvement in 1 month. To be straight up honest with you, I hit this driver farther than any other driver this afternoon. And it just kind of breaks my heart to part with it. That's long gone. Whew. And finally, we are up to the showstopper. This is the Thunder Dragon. Yes, indeed. Srixon 9.5 Z765 with the Raijin VA shaft, 64 grams stiff. This is, yeah, this is a tour issue club. You know, between the head and the shaft, it's an over $800 driver, not counting the labor. But this is a monster, and this is one of the best clubs I've ever had. It's just, I don't want to cut the shaft because it's too long for what I like to play, and if I cut the shaft, it's going to mess the whole thing up. But if you can swing a 45-inch driver, this is a practically brand new, amazing club right here. Look at this bad boy. Raijin is the Japanese word for thunder dragon. Okay, this is the baddest driver shaft I've ever seen. I'll tell you, I love the Japanese culture. I love everything samurai. And this is my new samurai sword right here, boy. And look at this. Speaking of the old samurai, I got a Srixon 9.5 driver head to go in this bad boy. A Z765. So I am feeling like this could be one very dangerous weapon to add to my arsenal. Ah yes, the Thunder Dragon will live on in MSE lore. But it's one of those drivers that, honest to God, I believe if you can't swing over 110 miles an hour, you're not going to get it to work for you. That's a bunch of good hits. I used to be straight up ashamed of the way I played the game of golf, but then one day I decided to completely rebuild my golf swing, and guess what? It worked. Reach your full potential. Subscribe to My Swing Evolution and go to myswingevolution.com.